So there's a difference. My wife has voluntarily retired just this month. So from the 1st of August, she is free from her school job. Okay. And thanks to the Amway business, we have been able to develop the courage and the confidence, you know, to take voluntary retirement before our superannuation comes in. So the business has the potential to change your life for you. Okay. Yeah, Eben, shall we start? Yeah. Yeah. So what we are going to give you here today is just a brief plan overview. Okay. The details, especially the calculations, the maths, the money that is going to come in. And I'm sure you're here to see the money that is going to come in. Okay. So for that, you'll have to sit with the person who's invited you here. Okay. The details. Okay. The basic outline, the basic understanding of how it works, that will be shared with you. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you that this business is something where we have to develop mutual trust with each other. Yeah. So Eben, I would like you to change the screen. Okay, you look at my thumb here. I'm going to give you a thumbs up every time instead of saying next, next. Yeah. All right. So the first thing is that for any the person who's invited you here today is basically offering you a partnership. Okay, and for any partnership to work, okay, there has to be mutual trust and transparency between both the partners. Otherwise, you must have heard of, you must have heard of so many cases. The big corporates, huge corporations, okay, come down, collapse because there is no mutual trust between the partners. There is no mutual trust between brothers, you know. So that should not happen over here. So that is the reason we are showing you this presentation today. Also to educate you about the facts and opinions, there are a lot of facts about this business. There are total facts about this business and a lot of opinions about this business. The difference between the two is that a fact is only one and opinions can be as many as the people around the world. Okay, even more in fact, because one person can have many opinions on the same subject, unfortunately. Okay, then we are here to help you to build a case for yourself. See, I've already told you you're here to see how you can make the money in this business. Okay, so to help you build a case for yourself, to make you understand that you have to show that you are worthy of the partnership, because we are already doing the business. We are in the business since last more than 20 years now. Okay, the person who's invited you here must be doing this business for such a long time. So you have to prove yourself worthy of doing this business. Okay, and that is why we are going to help you to build a case for yourself. Yeah, Eben. Yeah. So next, let us talk a little about values and dreams. Okay, so we have a lot of dreams in our life. Like my dream, right from the day I joined the PWD, I don't know whether how many will believe this. The day I joined the PWD, I wanted to leave the PWD. That was my dream. I did not. I came from a background where I was working in a private job after passing out from college, and the first day itself did not give me a very good feel about the job, the government job. But unfortunately, the finances were such, and we came from a very lower middle class background at that time. It was not possible for me to fulfill that dream on the first day itself. So early retirement could be one dream of yours. Maybe you want a home. Okay, it was our dream, my wife's and my dream, to have a home for ourselves. We got that through the business. We did not have a car when we started this business. We had just a two-wheeler. Okay, we could we have our fourth car now, which is we have a through because we did the Amway business. Maybe your dream is to go on vacations. Okay, let me tell you, after I reached a certain level in this business, that was the first time I went, I sat on a flight. Yeah, but here today, it is possible. Our children have gone on flight even when they were around 1 year or 2 years old. Okay, so maybe your dream is to go on vacations around the world. Okay, maybe going around India itself in the first place. So that could be another dream of yours. Why am I telling you all this? Because in this business, it is very important to have this component of what I'm talking about over here, the dream. Because if everything you want, you can achieve through what you're doing right now. Okay, the maybe you're doing a good job, a high paying profile job. Maybe you are a big businessman. Maybe you are already having some inheritance with you, from your forefathers or whatever. And if you feel that, okay, I already have this, then what would be the reason for you to do this business? Okay, so that is for you to identify. These are some common dreams that all of us have. Children's future, good education for the children, live a good lifestyle. okay, have good enough amount of money in the bank. Okay, whenever you want the money, you should be able to have it, withdraw it from the bank and do whatever you want with it. Okay, so these are the dreams that we had. Now, friends, what is that I have written? What is that on the left side of the screen, of the slide? The values. What is that? Now, we have all these dreams. At the same time, we have to live our life according to certain values. Now, if you see, family is a huge value. Okay, we love our family. Everything that we do for our family. We have to be healthy. Okay, we have to believe in God. Okay, no matter what religion we follow, we have to believe in God. Okay, if you don't believe in God, I wouldn't say anything. It's your choice. Freedom from debt. That's another value that we should have. Okay, I can tell you stories about myself. We started from a very negative background when we got married, Glory and I. Here she's sitting here and watching me do the presentation. Okay, we had a lot of family debt. Something that absolutely kills you. So freedom from debt is a value that we have. Our principles should not be compromised. We should want to leave a legacy for our children. We should have a spiritual life, right? Now, unfortunately, now what is the connection between these two? Unfortunately, in the pursuit of our dreams, in the pursuit of getting that early retirement, in the pursuit of getting that home, the car, the vacations that we want, many a times, okay, there is a possibility that we would have to compromise on the values that we cherish, which we hold dear to our heart. Maybe we don't give enough time to the family because we want a house for the family. Okay, but we are not able to spend time with the family. Okay, we are busy getting the money for the home. Our health is affected because we are so much involved in our job. We are working about 16, 18 hours a day at the job, and we are not able to keep ourselves healthy. Okay, maybe there are some things in the job that we do which do not permit us morally, but we have to do them. That's another value, that we have, the principles that we have. So many a times, okay, it is possible that we have to compromise on the values in the pursuit of our dreams. Okay, now luckily over here in the Amway business, okay, and I'm sure you know why you are here. I'm sure your potential partner has told you why we are here. You don't have to compromise on your values to fulfill your dreams. Okay, now here is a here is a slide that I want to show you. This slide is copied from Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a very well-known author. Okay, he's and I believe now he will be soon visiting India on on a program. Okay, now he has written that there are four types of people in this world. Types of people in this world, in the sense, four types of people earning different ways of earning money in this world. On the left side is the E and S, and on the right side is the B and I. Okay, the E and S is the employee and the S quadrant, and the B is the business owner and the investor. Now, on the left hand side is where you are going to make your money through something called active involvement. We call it active income. And on the right hand side, it is through passive involvement. Of course, there is active involvement in the initial stages, but later on it becomes passive involvement. Now, what is this? In a job, unless you go to your job, you're not going to get your salary. And if you stop going to your job, your salary stops, So that means unless you work at your job, unless you report every day, your salary is not going to come. So it is active income. Till you're active, you make that money. Then second is the self-employed quadrant, S. S, self-employed, means now a person who is an employee, feels that he does not want to be in the job and he will start something on his own. Okay, now this person who is self-employed, like an architect, even a doctor, even an engineer, okay, lawyer, good professions, they're all in the self-employed quadrant. If an architect does not go to his office, if a doctor does not report to his clinic, if a lawyer does not go to court, he does not get paid. So again, over there, it is active income. Now on the right hand side, we call this the B quadrant, is the business owner. Who is a business owner? A business owner is defined as a person who has more than 500 employees in his organization. Okay, so if you know a person who has a business but he does not have at least 500 people in his organization, mind you, he is not a business owner, he's a self-employed person. Okay, so the business owner, a person who is self-employed, gradually promotes himself to the business owner quadrant. Now what is the business owner quadrant? Now earlier, In the earlier age, like, we call the industrial age, when, industrialization had started in Europe and all those places, if you wanted to become a business owner, what you had to do is have to have lot of infrastructure. Like, you had to have land, lots of land, then set up factories on that, have offices, have showrooms, okay, have lots, thousands and thousands of employees, and you would get your work done from those employees. So at least 500 employees, and then you would classify as a business owner. Now we are in the information age, friends. Okay, what is the information age? You make money by passing on information. Here, if you want to be a business owner, you don't need to have land. I'm talking specifically about the Amway business. You can relate it here to the Amway business. You don't have to have land. You don't have to build any factories. You don't even have to have an office. You can operate from here. This room of in my house is my business. Okay, is my business premises. Okay, and you have business owners, partners. Like, you are being offered this partnership. You will become a business owner by yourself. Okay, and you will also have business partners in your team, and you will duplicate yourself through those business owners, not employees. Okay, employees generally, you'll find, what do employees do? Employees are only concerned about their salary. Okay, even I, as an employee, so don't feel bad if you're an employee, it's normal. You are going to work for that time, maybe 9 to 6. Okay, and then you want your salary. A business owner knows, that is not the way businesses work. You have to give 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, to any business, okay, before you see profits coming in. But once you have set yourself well, once you have made your business stable, then you don't have to, work again. Then you will see that everything goes on autopilot. Everything moves without your involvement. You may be having a holiday somewhere in Hawaii. You may be, taking a vacation somewhere in, maybe in Singapore, and your business still continues. Okay, it goes on. So that is the business. That is the type of business we are talking about. We'll not talk much about the fourth quadrant, that is the investor quadrant, because that is the place when you already have a lot of money, and then you are now investing that money in some other companies, so that you rake the profits by just sitting down, and using money to make more money. Okay, now if you see here, on this slide, you will see we have this quadrant over here, the E and S quadrant. How do you make your money over here? Let us assume you work for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, so you're working 40 hours a week. And if you're working for 50 weeks in a year, it means the entire year you have put in 2000 hours of work. And if you have a working span of 50 years, it means that in your entire lifetime, till the time you retire from your job, or till the time you stop your self-employed business, a self-employed venture, it means that you have put in 1 lakh hours of your time in your venture or in your job. 1 lakh hours in your entire lifetime. Now, time is money. Okay, everybody knows that. That means whatever you have towards your retirement, okay, as your retirement sets in, whatever you have, whatever money you have made, whatever assets you have developed, are all because of those 1 lakh hours that you have put in. Okay. Now look at the business quadrant, the third quadrant on the right hand side. Here, you don't work 40 hours a week. Okay, you start working even more than that. You'll be putting in maybe 60 hours a week, 65 hours a week. Okay, then you have a product. Okay, you have a product that you then get your employees, okay, to market. You give them the education about that product. You offer them incentives to sell more than they are selling. Okay, and that is how you have these employees who work for you. Now just imagine a business owner who has a lot of employees in his organization. If each employee puts in around 10 hours of work every day and works for 5 hours a day, for let's say 40 hours a week, that employee is working, but he has 1,000 employees. So that means each employee is putting in 40,000 hours a week. So in 2 weeks, 80,000 hours, and in 2.5 weeks, that employee puts in 1 lakh hours a week. 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 1 in 2.5 weeks. So that means the entire lifetime that you have put in a job for 1 lakh, in 2.5 weeks, your employee has put in for you. You are the owner of the business. Now tell me, friends, who will make more money? The business owner or the employee? The employee has got 1 lakh hours in an entire lifetime, and here is the business owner who uses somebody else's 1 lakh hours in 2.5 weeks. Obviously, it's going to be the business owner. And so we are here to show you how you could multiply your time, how you could have more than 24 hours a day. Because if you learn how to have more than 24 hours a day, that is the time you will learn to multiply your money. You will have more than the money than you can have. Okay. Okay. So Eben, I would like you to skip this slide. Okay. Again, this one. Yeah. All right. Now, friends, a little, we'll talk over here about, how businesses work today. All of us have heard about Uber, Ola, and I think in our states also we may have some local people just like Uber and Ola. Now, if you ask Uber, how many taxis do they own? Uber is a taxi company. Anywhere you go in India and you can have hitch a ride by using the Uber app. Uber has 0 taxis. Okay, no taxis. All right. But what does Uber do? Uber uses somebody else's taxis. Okay. And if I have a taxi, okay, if I have a car, I can connect it to Uber. Now, if I have a car and if I use that car for myself and my family, to roam around, to go to the market, to go to my job, that car of mine is a liability. But if I connect that car to Uber or to Ola, now I can convert my car, which is a liability, into an asset, because now I can fetch money from that car. In the same way, whenever you have a house, now we are talking about Airbnb, okay, or we are talking about Oyo. If let's say you have a house, you have a flat, okay, and you live in that flat, or you you live in that house, okay, that house or that flat is a liability. Okay, I might be giving you many of you or some little bit of gyan over here now, because I myself had not understood this concept. I used to think that my house, my car, everything are assets for me. They are assets, and according to Robert Kiyosaki, they are assets on the balance sheet of the bank. On your balance sheet, they are liabilities. Okay. Now, if you take one room out from that, out means I don't mean you physically take it out. You vacate one room and make it possible for Airbnb or your Oya to rent out that room. Now you have converted your house into an asset. Okay. Now I want you to understand why I'm telling you all this. Okay. See, all of us friends are using a lot of products in our house. Fast moving consumable goods. We are using health products. We are using cosmetics. We are using beauty products. XYZ. Each one of us is a consumer basically. The day a baby is born, in fact, before a baby is born, the baby is a consumer. Okay, so all of us are consumers. Now, what are we doing? Just like our car is a liability, just like our house is a liability, the products we are using also are liabilities. Now, you will say, okay, but we need them. Yes, we need them. They are needs. But Robert Kiyosaki says that a liability is defined as something that takes money out of your pocket. And, and an asset is something that puts money into your pocket. So as long as you are buying products, okay, your toothpaste, your soap, your toothbrush, your lotion, your hair oil, you're buying your skincare products, you're buying your health products, from some shop, they're liabilities for you because you are spending money from your pocket to buy those products. Now, here is an opportunity, friends, where we are showing you, the person who's invited you here on this presentation is showing you how you could convert your products that you use in your house, which are right now liabilities, how you could convert those into assets for yourself, and how you could make money by using those products and referring them to others in the Amway business. Okay, Eben, shall we go next? Yeah. Okay. Now, I think we'll shift this again. Yeah. Okay. Now, uh, just like me, I was from a job background. My wife was from a job background. We did not have any business experience. Nobody from my family, okay, before me was into business. Okay, of course, my dad has started a small shop, but as I told you, he was self-employed. It was not a dad. It was not a business. No one from our family was into business. So The majority of us on the screen also may be like that. So you would say, oh, but how do I do a business? Friends, the best part about this opportunity is that you're not alone when you start this business. You have a lot of coaching and mentorship. Amway itself gives you a lot of coaching and mentorship through an app called Gurukul. Okay, we have lots of successful people in this business building this business and willing to teach you if you are willing to learn how you could make the money and how you could fulfill your dreams in this business. We have business conferences online, offline. Okay, we have streamings, we have audios, videos. We have people who you could bring home, through the streamings and listen to them and understand how to do this business. Okay, now a little about Amway that I would like to tell you. Number one direct selling company in the world. Friends, today I went to happened to go to one of our business partners' house, my wife and I, and she mentioned to us something about something has come, and she did not know even the name of the company. Okay, some tiffin fit in something she did. She did not know what it was, but she herself said, we know that all these things just come and go. Okay, I did not have to say anything, but I'll tell you here, all these things just come and go. We have seen them. I'll not say that there are no no good direct selling companies. There are, but believe me, I am happy that my wife and I, my family is connected to the best direct selling company in the world, the Amway company. Okay, look at the background: $8.8 billion in sales. I don't have to tell you all this. You must have already read this as I continue as I spoke. But let me tell you one thing: the USP of this business, is our products, unbeatable products, the best quality products. And if you have any issue with that, what I'm telling you, okay, and if you don't agree with me and you buy a product, you use it, and if you feel, yes, I differ with John on this, I don't think this product is good, friends, let me tell you, you return the product within 30 days, you return the product and you will get 100% of your money refunded to you. That is the confidence we have in our products. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. We have a number of products. We have products in healthcare. The Nutrilite is our brand, the Amway brand. Nutrilite is the #1 food supplement company in the world. Okay, I'm so fortunate to be actually associated with this company. Okay, our health is fantastic, because of the Nutrilite products. Glory and I both are marathon runners. Okay, and we understand and we know firsthand how much these Nutrilite products have benefited us in our ventures of running. Okay, skincare products, the best in the world. Okay, if you can zoom me on your screen, you can look at my skin and tell me my age. I don't think you'll be able to. Okay, because I've told you I've taken voluntary retirement, that you might try a guess, but I don't think you'll be able to. Okay, then personal care products. So toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, lotion, hair oil, home care products. Okay, what we use at home, like to wash your clothes, wash your utensils, keep your floor clean, keep your toilets disinfected, all those. Okay, so we have a number of products in our bag. There's not just one product, lots and lots of products. Okay, now let's see how the money comes in. Okay, very important. Now, friends, you look at the left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side is a traditional shop, and the right hand side is the Amway shop, where we are telling you to get associated as a partner. Now, what happens whenever we want products? We go to a shop. That left hand side circle that you see is a shop. You go there and you buy products. Now, if you pay 100 rupees for a product, let's say you pay 100% of the MRP for the product, whatever MRP it is, you pay 100% MRP. Actual cost of manufacture of that product is only 40% of what you have paid. So now where is the 60% going? Now why I'm telling you all this is because I want you to know from where the money comes before you know how to make that money. Okay, so 60% of money goes to the middleman, to the CNF agent, to the wholesaler, to the stockist, the retailer, the advertising. There's nothing wrong in this model. It's been going on since ages. Okay, nothing wrong, absolutely. Because the 40% the manufacturer takes, but then he has to see that it reaches the customer. So 60% goes in between. Now, if you come to the Amway shop, okay, the first thing we recommend to you, there are two things we recommend you do if you want to make the money in this business. One is you start using Amway products, and second, you start selling Amway products. Okay, now let's say you want to use Amway products. What happens is you pay 100% of the MRP. Again, manufacturing costs of our products will be again 40% of what is the MRP. But friends, 60% that was going to the middleman does not go to the middleman in our case because there is no middleman. You buy directly from Amway. Now, when 60% is saved, that 60% the company gives back to you. How it gives it to you? First, in the form of a discount. Okay, previous slide, Eben, previous slide. It's not mentioned here, but I'll continue talking. You'll get a discount of around 10 to 30%. Okay, if you have a pen and paper, you could write this down. Maybe you could talk to your senior business partner or the person who's invited you here today, to give you details. So first is you get a discount, 10 to 30%. So if you buy a product, okay, and use it, that means you have saved around 10 to 30% of your money. And if you have bought that product and if you have sold it, it means that you have made a profit of 10 to 30%. So that is the advantage of the discount. Then you get a bonus of 3 to 21%, which I'll explain in detail later. And you get something called incentives. About 9% comes to you as incentives. So I have already explained the discount part. Now I'll explain to you how the bonus comes. Okay. Now, if you look at the chart on the left-hand side, okay, there's a chart here. There are different slabs. You start with a 3%, 6%, 9, 12, and you go up to 21%. Now, if you do a turnover of 200 PV, let us talk here in terms of PV. Okay, each PV in today's example will be around 111 rupees. Okay, so 200 PV you will get a bonus of 3%. If you do 600 PV, you get a bonus of 6%. 1,200, 9%, 2,400, 12, 4,015, 7,000, 18%, and 10,000 PV, you'll get a bonus of 21%. Now, so let's say you start this business, okay, you get involved in the business with your business partner, and your senior partner will train you on how to do your personal volume and how to do your customer volume, okay? So we expect you to start using Amway products, okay? See, let me tell you, there is nothing compulsory over here, okay? But if you want to make the money, okay, you have to do some things that are required, okay? Like, first of all, if you don't start using Amway products, you will never, ever know about the quality of the products. And you will never talk from your heart, okay? For example, let me tell you, when we started the Amway business, we did not have a car. And at that time, today you have a choice, but at that time we had no choice. We had to invest around 8,800 rupees and get a kit with products that we did not decide. It was decided by the company what products were given to us. There was a fixed set of products. And in that set which we got a car wash. Now I did not have a car. Okay, and here was my car wash. So I asked my senior partner, that is Samir Kakodkar, okay, and Nela Kakodkar, who are our mentors in the business, what should I do with this? Okay, I think I'll sell it because I don't have a car. So what he said to me, if you sell this car wash, that will be the only car wash you will sell. But if you use this car wash on your scooter, or if you use this car wash on your metal almirah, which you have at home, or anything of metal, okay, I can assure you, he said, that you will keep on selling car wash because you will have experience about the car wash and how good it is. So that is the reason, friends, we expect you to start using the Amway products. Now let us assume that you start using and you make purchases worth 50 PV for yourself. And with the training of your senior business partner, you talk to a few of your friends, relatives, neighbors, and they buy products from you worth 150 rupees. Okay, so now you have 200 PV done. It's not 150 rupees, 150 PV. So now you have 200 PV done. So you are at the 3%, the starting bonus level. Here you get a trade discount, you get a performance bonus, and you get something called CSI, customer sales incentive, because you were able to develop customers. So in this example, your income becomes around 2,920 rupees. Okay, so friends, let me tell you, this income you can start earning from the first month itself in the business. And let me tell you, if your salary is 30,000 rupees, this income, extra income on your part time after your office hours, that comes to you is like a 10% increment in your salary. I can tell you, if you go and ask your boss at your business for a 10% increment, he will tell you leave the job. That will be maybe the last day of your job. But here, On the part-time, putting 2 hours after your working hours, you can make around 2,900 rupees. Yeah. So the next slide will show you a little higher income, a little more income. Now you already know how to do 200 PV. And I assume that you will now do 200 PV every month. Okay. Now the question here people ask is, oh, I have to do 200 PV every month. Okay. Then I'll ask you, oh, you have to go to your job every day to get your salary. Of course, you have to maintain consistency in whatever you are doing. Okay. You have to do turnovers. It's a business. If you don't do a turnover, how do you expect to do business? I can see Mr. Pradeep here on the screen. He has a pharmacy. You ask him how much turnover in a month he has to do. Okay, lakhs of rupees of turnover to make the profit that he wants to run his family. In the Amway business, we tell you, learn to do 200 PV. How much is that? 22,000 rupees worth of turnover. Now, once you learn how to do this, then you start talking to people. Now, this is an option here. If you want to talk to people, you talk to people. Otherwise, you remain a customer and you use products. But if you want to make the money, you talk to your friends, relatives, neighbors, and over a period of time, let's say 1 year, let's say 1.5 year, you select 12 good partners in your team. Okay, selection process. You're not going to try and get everybody in the business. Okay, that those days are gone. We have understood the business better now. So 12 people plus you, 12 partners. So 13 partners doing a turnover of 200 PV. You now have done 2,600 PV cumulative total. Okay. So here, if you see at the 2,600 PV level, you are at 12%. But you will not get the entire 12% because your partners are also on 200 PV each. They take 3%. So 9% comes to you, 12 minus 3. At this level, your income is around 19,200. Okay, friends, let me tell you, 19,000 rupees extra. Imagine so many things extra that you could do. I believe in some cases you could pay the installment of a good car, with that extra 19,000 rupees. So my suggestion is, if your car is your dream, stop wasting your time in the evening. Put it into something worthwhile. Start talking about the Amway products. Use Amway products. Talk about others to about Amway products. Now, the last example I'll give you here is you are doing your 200 PV worth of turnover. Your partners are also doing 200 PV worth of turnover. Okay, and these 50 partnerships of yours now are also talking to other people. Okay, Evan, can I see the next slide? Yeah.
He wants to see the next slide.
Yeah, the next slide, Evan. Nothing. The next slide. No, previous. Sorry. Yeah. So now in this example, there are some there's some circles that are not shown, or you can't see them because of the slide, because I have sent this this presentation to Eben and he's doing the presentation. So I'll tell you what is missing here. Let's say each partner talks to his friends, relatives, and neighbors and selects 3 good partners. They are not, your partners, you have selected 12 and your partners are selecting 3 people each. So there is a group of 4 people over there in each partnership. So 4 into 12 makes it 48. And you are 49. For ease of calculation, I'll make it 50. So 50 partnerships doing a turnover of 200 PV, you have now done 10,000 PV. 10,000 PV means you are at the 21% level. You are called a silver producer in this business. At this level, friends, your approximate income is 1 lakh rupees a month. Okay, let me tell you, 1 lakh rupees extra. I can tell you one thing. If you do this business properly, in a year, you could make 200% of your salary right now. If your salary is 50,000 rupees, okay, you can make 1 lakh rupees on the side. My wife and I, we took 9 months to reach this level, silver producer level. There are people who have done it faster. There are people who have taken longer. There are people who have not done it at all also. Let me tell you that also, okay? Because it's a business that is built on trust and accountability, okay? So 1 lakh rupees at the silver level. Just imagine, friends, will life change or no? Okay, you have an option if early retirement is one of your dreams. Okay, so silver level, you are 1 lakh rupees. If you maintain this level, if you maintain this level for the entire year, silver level for the entire year, you are called a platinum in this business, founder platinum in this business, founder's qualification, and your annual income is around 8.8 lakh rupees. Okay, Now, if you help 3 people in your organization out of those 12 partners that you have, if you help 3 partners to reach your level, that is the founder platinum level, you are called a founder emerald. And at the founder emerald level, your income is around 30 lakh rupees a year. If you help 6 out of your 12 partners, okay, I'm just giving you examples, okay, you don't have to stick to 6 or 12. You know, it's not 12 partners, it's an example. You could have 30 partners, 50 partners. So if you help 6 partners to reach the founder platinum level, you are called a founder diamond. Your income is around 68 lakh rupees a year. And this is just the bonuses that I'm talking about, 3 to 21% bonus, which I spoke about, okay? Does not include your retail income if you're selling products, does not include your trade discount if you have people buying, PC customers in your team, does not include the core plus incentives that Amway offers, does not include any other incentives that the Amway offers, just the core, the business, the bonus that comes in. Now, but with the diamond level, you know, you'll find people, if you get involved in this business, you will find one phrase very, very commonly used, that is go diamond. Okay, so why go diamond? Because diamond is considered to be a very good lifestyle. Of course, there are many levels beyond diamond, but even if you reach diamond, it's considered to be a fantastic lifestyle. This is an old slide, 5 lakh rupees a month. You know, the income of a diamond is around 7 to 8 lakh rupees a month. Okay, if you help 6, as I told you, to reach platinum, you're called a diamond. Okay, next slide, Eben, shall we go? Okay, now I've already shown you this, but this particular slide has a particular meaning, you know, as to why would we like you to see this. Most people think and or say that Amway is a pyramid, only the person on the top makes a lot of money. Oh, John, you said that you started 20 years ago. So, and if I start now, you'll always be making more money than me and all that. Okay, so first of all, I'll say, why should that bother you? I've spent 20 years in the business. I have to make more money than you. Okay, but I'll not say that. I'll say to you that you start today and you can make more money than me. And I will help you to do that. Okay, there's no other business that will say this. Samir Kakodkar, my mentor, said to me, you make more money than me and I will help you to make more money than me. So why is Amway not a pyramid? Let's say, you go founder platinum. Okay, and you are at A point and you go founder platinum, you have 2 people in your team. Okay, at founder platinum level, your income is around 8.8 lakh rupees a year. Now B, who is in your team, has got 3 good teams. You had 2 good teams. He has 3 good teams. He's a founder emerald. He's making 31 lakh rupees a year, 30 lakh rupees a year. But in down there in C has got 6 people who is helping. He is helping those 6 people to earn money. May go founder platinum. He makes around 67 lakh rupees a year. Friends, A got in first, maybe 5 years before C. But A has helped only 2 people. But C has helped 6 people. And C makes more money than A. So what is the message that I'm giving you here? If you decide to do this business, focus on others, focus on other people, how you will help them, and automatically, without even thinking about it, you will make more money than you could ever imagine. Okay, next, Eben, next slide. Okay, many incentives, non-cash awards that are there, lots of vacations, that are given by the company. Glory and I and our daughters also have already, have gone on a number of vacations through the Amway business. Okay, so this is one of the incentives if travel is one of your dreams. Yeah. Now, what do we do next? I've given you I think I've taken quite about 40 minutes. Usually I take less, but I said after a long time I'm doing the presentation, so let's enjoy the process. So what do we do next? The person who's called you to this meeting, set up a follow-up meeting with that person. Okay, don't wait till that person calls you. He will call you. He or she will call you. But you could take the first step. That person who's invited you here to this meeting will send you some talks, on your WhatsApp. Listen to those talks. He might recommend some books to you. Okay, if he does not have the book to give it to you for whatever reason, buy the book. I would suggest even buy the book he recommends. Read that book. Okay, identify what are your values in life. Identify what are your dreams. Okay, what do you want in your life? What do you want for your family? And as I said earlier, continue to make the person who's invited you here understand that you are worthy of doing this business. Okay, so these are the next steps. Do we have any other slide? No, Eben, please go back now. Go back. Yeah. So now, as I've already explained to you, so So friends, seriously, it is not only for the reason of rhetoric that I've mentioned this. Call the person immediately after this meeting. Call the person who's invited you here. If you are already in this business and if you are new here, call the person who is helping you build a business. Okay, I can tell you, there is, for me, okay, for my family, this is the best business opportunity in the world. Okay, thank you very much. Over to my friend Eben, who is the host of the evening today. Thank you.